From WFRV TV Local 5, Green Bay, Fox Cities, and the Lakeshore, this is Newsmaker Sunday.
Good morning. Welcome to Newsmaker Sunday. I'm Tom Zalaski. If you are a regular viewer of our Sunday morning newscast here on Channel 5, then you know that one of the featured segments, one of the highlights of the show, is Critic at Large. And you have also heard the old saying that all good things must come to an end, and so it is with Critic at Large. Our Critic at Large, Warren Gerds, is leaving WFRV after many years of reporting on our local arts scene in the area. And so this morning, the man himself, my colleague, my friend, the legend, Warren Gerds, joins us. Good to have you, Warren. Thanks so much for being here. Warren, take me back. I mean, I called you a legend only because you've been around for so long in this entertainment business.
Yes.
Where did it start? What was the trigger? What got you interested in doing your critic work?
Well, I went to journalism school, UW-Milwaukee. I was, as a senior, I was an undergraduate teaching assistant. I graded students' papers, 30 of them a semester. It was a paying job. And so I came to Green Bay as an editor. I was hired as an editor. I never was a reporter as such. And when I was there for a month, the people who used to write reviews of movies had a discussion between them, and they didn't want to go to a movie at the West Theater because the manager always gave them heat for their reviews. So I said, well, I'll go. So I was there for 1 month, and I wrote my very first review for the paper. So that was 1967. So I've been writing there, ever since I started. And as an editor, one of the rules of that copy desk was every editor had to go out once a month and write a feature story. So you got away from the desk, so you knew what the reporters were going through, that process. So you're not just being a robot and editing, not getting the feel for things. And in the first month, my first assignment was to go to a farm and interview the parents of a soldier who was killed 5 months earlier in Vietnam and was getting a medal. He was a hero. So I interviewed that family, and that was my first feature story within like 6 weeks of starting at the paper. And so over time, things just kept developing. I always had a hybrid job. Editing meant once every 3 weeks, putting out the Saturday afternoon and Sunday morning paper. I was the person who would call the shots, write the headlines and order the headlines and tell the photographers where to go and the reporters what to report on and things like that. And then soon after that, about 2 years after I started at the paper, the managing editor wanted me to write a column about the nightclub scene in Green Bay. At the time, Green Bay had 30 nightclubs doing 6 nights a week of live entertainment. How did society change? Cable television came along eventually, but it was a different society that we had back then. So from that, I was writing more, appearing more in the paper regularly once a week, and then for 10 years I had the hybrid job of editing the A section, B section in the morning. In the afternoon, I would do things responsible for the entertainment pages. And then in the evenings, I would go out where there might be a performance or that once a week column. And then also I was writing a humor column. The paper had humor columns.
Oh, my. You talk about how many different venues they had back then.
Right.
You have said that the performing arts scene in Northeast Wisconsin has a personality of its own. What did you mean by that? What did I mean about that?
what the situation in Green Bay is, it's the Fox Valley. There's been industry all along in the valley.
Right.
And so there's been communities, Green Bay, Appleton, Neenah, Menasha, Oshkosh, Fond du Lac. Each one has a theater group.
Right.
Or a orchestra. And so in the job that I have for WFRV, my circulation area was a 75-mile radius of the station's signal. So when I worked for the Press Gazette, it was a circulation area like this. And then it went to this for the station.
Yeah.
So the area has the personality of being active in the arts, period. It's Performing Arts Center, all these different theaters, all these people, all the community bands, like the Lakeshore Band, which you're familiar with, the
Lakeshore Wind Ensemble.
Wind Ensemble,
Yep.
you're familiar with that. They're all over the place. And there's just this huge pool of talent here that's continuing to grow and develop.
You talk about how many different entertainment venues there are up and down the valley. How important is the arts, the performing arts, to any given community, do you think?
Well, it's part of the economy. If you have a theater, you have people who are employed by that theater. You have people who are making things for the next production, especially plays. You have people who have technical expertise, and they're buying the equipment for this production. They're buying the pieces for the set work, buying costuming. It's a very important part of the economy, and it's recognized as being a very important part of the economy. There are every decade there are surveys done in the performing arts areas, especially for Door County and all the professionals that are up there, and in the Green Bay area and Fox Valley together. It's proven the size of the economy. I don't have the figures right now, but it's in millions of dollars.
It's a lot more than just a show.
Right.
Well, Warren has been writing for a very long time. Many of you know that. A lot of you remember his columns in the Green Bay Press Gazette. We're going to talk about the columns, the writing, and much more after the break. Stay with us.